how can potassium help regulate our blood pressure? So there's a lot of talk about how sodium levels will increase our blood pressure. And the reason for this is because sodium is actually the most abundant outside of a cell. Therefore, when we ingest more sodium, most of it will actually sit between the cells and in the bloodstream. And since the body always wants the same concentration of water and electrolytes, both inside the cell and outside the cell, we will actually remove water from inside of our cells and pull it into the bloodstream, increasing our blood pressure. And this can also result in something like edema, where there is a lot of water outside of the cell underneath the skin. And now potassium is actually the main electrolyte inside of cells. Therefore, increasing our potassium intake will actually increase our cellular hydration and the amount of water that's pulled into the cell. So potassium can actually help improve our cellular hydration. However, the other thing that potassium seems to do is allow the kidneys to release sodium through the urine. It actually appears that in a state of potassium deficiency, we will actually reabsorb sodium from the urine, bringing it back into the bloodstream. Therefore, we will increase the amount of water that we pull into the bloodstream. And in some of the experiments they do, when they give these patients a potassium supplement, the kidneys will actually excrete more sodium in the urine. And the kidneys seem to actually be extremely good at regulating proper electrolyte balance as long as we're eating sufficient sodium and potassium. As long as we have a proper balance of fluid and electrolyte intake, the kidneys do a great job of simply just excreting anything that we don't need. So if the kidneys are actually reabsorbing a lot of salt, it may very well be a symptom of having low potassium. And luckily, if we eat natural foods, potassium is really easy to get. It appears that the more fresh the food is, the more potassium it will have. And my favorite potassium sources are potatoes, oranges, fresh meat, and fresh fish.